Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel Archituber. I'm Architect Vaibhavi and I make content related to architecture and interiors. So in this video, we are going to be discussing about the second part of analytical reasoning. Okay, this is the second lecture. If you haven't watched the previous lecture, please go give it a watch. I will link somewhere here on the screen. And also if you haven't watched the previous videos wherein I have discussed about the NATA preparations, also give them a watch. I will link somewhere here on the screen. Okay. So without wasting more time, let us start with the video.
Let us start with our part 2 of analytical reasoning. We are going to be continuing the topics. Okay, so let us start with first topic, which is mirror image. Okay, the figure which is obtained by putting the mirror in front of any real figure is known as mirror figure. Okay, the reflection of object into the mirror is called mirror image, and it is obtained by inverting any shape into the mirror, and if we combine both of them, it looks symmetrical. Okay, so as you can see in this, it is a shape like that, and if you invert it from the mirror, this is your mirror. Okay, and if you invert it, it looks opposite, but it is similar in shape and it has symmetrical shape, size, etc. Okay, and if we combine both of them, you can see it is making a heart shaped figure which is symmetrical along an imaginary line which is used in place of mirror. Okay, so basically you have to just keep in mind that mirror image is opposite but symmetrical to the actual figure. Okay, so when you are remembering all the capital letters, you have to keep in mind that some of the letters are same as mirror image, like your A, then your H and I, then M, O, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Okay, these are all the same as their mirror image. Now coming on to the small letters, there are also some of the letters which are exact similar to the mirror image, like I. Okay, then your L, O, V, W and your X. Okay, and in your numbers you have 0 and 8 as your common or mirror image which are same. Okay, 0 also, so keep in mind. Now coming on to the problem, in each of the following examples you have been given a combination of alphabets, number, figure followed by 4 alterations. Choose the alternative which most closely resembles the mirror image of the given combination. So as you can see, this is the question figure and these are the answer figures. In this we have 5 V's. Okay, and when you are inverting it into a mirror image, let us try how will it look. So firstly it will be opposite, like the example that we saw. This was the mirror and it became opposite, so eventually here also the same will happen. The V will be opposite and in the opposite direction. Okay, now let us see if we find similar or identical figure in the answer figure. So first is not the answer, definitely not the answer, because this figure is different, right? These V's are different, so no. Then B is your actual answer, but talking about C and D, C also has one V which is not similar and it is on the wrong side, right? And D is also not the answer, so B is your correct answer. Then talking about your this word, then you have TRIUMPHS. you have to spell it in mirror image. Okay, but obviously your spelling will be spelled opposite. Okay, it will be written in opposite manner, but what I have written here is not the mirror image. Okay, I have just told you that your sequence of the letters will go like that. Okay, so this is the sequence, but is it the mirror image of it? No. So how S will look like? S will look like this. Then your H will look the same. P will look like this M will be same, U will be same, I will be same, then R will be like that, and T will be the same. Let's see if we find any identical figure like this. A is not the answer, right? It is just the opposite word but not the mirror image. Okay, then we have second option. It is not the answer because it is not the mirror image. Then third is also not the answer, but if you look at the fourth one, 4 is the answer. Okay, now discussing about our water image. Water image is basically turning the object or any letter upside down. If this is my A, so your water image will look like this. Okay, in term of B, small b, your water image will look like this. Okay, then your M in small words will look like this. Also, if we give a number 7, so 7 number will look like this. Okay, so basically the reflection of an object into the water is called water image. It is obtained by inverting an object vertically, okay, turning the object upside down. Now talking about our examples, let us start with the simple one. Let's discuss about this figure. If you can see, we have 4 lines over here, 1 2 3 4. So one has circle which is not filled, one has circle which is filled, and then we have 2 x's. Okay, then if we have to mirror it, just try to mirror it, then your this portion will go down, x will be the same, and then this filled circle will go over here. So now let us see if we find anything identical to this. A is your correct answer. B is not the answer because there's no filled circle. This is totally different image. This is also altogether a different image. So A is your answer. Now talking about the frog. Now how frog will be written in the water image. F will be like that. Your R will be like that. Your O will be like that. And your G will be like that. Let's see if you find anything symmetrical. So your A is the answer. Now discussing about counting of figures. So there are 2 types basically. In first type you will be given one square in which you have to calculate how many squares or rectangles or triangles are there. Or in the second portion you will be given a shape in which you have to calculate how many surfaces or squares or rectangles are given in the figure. Okay, so let us start with the first type. Problems of non-verbal reasoning of this type involve counting of geometrical figures in 2D figures and counting of surfaces in 3D figures, okay, which is a mixture of 2 or more types of complex figures. Then how many squares are there in the figure given below? So we have to calculate the squares. So starting with the squares, you have to give numbers. Okay, when you give numbers to certain figures, it will be easier for you to understand how many squares are. Count the squares. This is your 1, right? This is 2, then 3, right? Then 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so 7, yes, D is the correct answer. Okay, so now let us discuss how many triangles are there. So first is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then 15. So there are basically 16 figures. In this we don't have 16 countings, so none of the above. Then in the type 2, in this type of questions, a candidate is required to find out the number of the surface in given 3D figure. In this we have to discuss about the count of the number of rectangles. Okay, so let us discuss how many rectangles are here in this image. So let us start with the bigger one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So we have 9 rectangles over here. Then in this we have to find out how many number of surfaces are given here in this 3D figure. Okay, so let us count how many 3D figures are here and the surfaces are here. So when you are given such question, you have to first calculate the front surfaces, then the back surface, top surface, bottom surface, right, left, likewise. So let us start with the front surface. You have this 1, this is your 2 and this is your 3, right? Then we have back surfaces, which is one is this 4, this is 5. Then you have your top surfaces like this is your 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then bottom surface, which is this one single entity, 11. Then your left surface, right surface is this, 12, 13. The 14 would be here also. We didn't count this surface on the right side. Then 15. This is 16. Okay, so I think we have completed. So C is the correct answer over here. Now let us discuss about the classification. In this you have given a set of figures and you have to identify which is alike or have some common nature or characteristics, but which is exclusively different from the given figures or the pattern of the figures. Okay, so let us start with the example 1. In this you have been given this kind of a figure with a middle partition over here, and if you see these two figures, this is your pattern number 1 which is going over here, and this pattern is following over here. So in the question, in the figure number 2, you have again this figure over here which is going here, and if you see this is going over here. So I think this is following the exact same pattern, right? In the type C, it is also the same. It is going over here and this is going here. So this is the typical pattern. And in this type D, you have the filled half circle over here, and here also you have the filled half circle over here. So it is going like this and like that. So A, B, C are similar, but D is different. So D is the answer. Same in this, if you look at all the figures, you have a pentagon, okay, a triangle, a hexagon and square. In pentagon they have given 5 cross marks of 5 sides. Then they have given 3 in the triangle, which is also okay. Then in the C they have given a hexagon and 5 marks. So it should have been 6 cross marks. So C is the incorrect answer. Now discussing about the analogy. In this analogy, it is a relationship between the two elements, okay, and it is analogous to each other. What does that mean? So in the figure number 1, you can see in this box you have given a square and then the triangle. And in the next figure you have a bigger rectangle and then a triangle, and following up with some other. If you combine or compare these two and the relationship between these two, the rectangle going over here is making a bigger outer shape and the inside shape is made by the triangle, okay, and then you have this third shape over here. So in this also, this is your third shape, right? This should be going and getting bigger for the outer line. Then your square should be over here, inner line, and then there should be some another object over here, Okay, any object it could be. So let us see if we find something similar to this. A is not the answer because it is making an hexagon and we have our square over here. So A is not the answer. If you see B, it is following the same pattern as we drew. Okay, so I think B is the answer. Then C is also making this same shape on the outer side, but in the inner side it is making a hexagon. So C is not the answer and D is definitely not the answer.
So now this is the example that you have to solve, and let me know in the comments below which is the right answer for it.
So talking about projection, we have different types of projection, and the main two topics are pictorial projection and orthographic projection. Each of them have separate subdivides. Okay, then talking about the projection, it has your front view, top view, elevation, side views, etc. So in this question they have asked you to answer which figure is incorrect. So talking about the top view, if this is my figure, if this is my figure, 3D figure, my plan would look like this if I look from the above. If I look from the right side, it is going to look like this. If I look from the front side, it is going to look the same. Okay, so in this you have to select which is the incorrect answer. If we make a plan out of it, it will look somewhat like this. Okay, so A is okay, then your D is okay. Then if we talk about the side elevation, you're not going to see anything from here, right? You will only see the area which is over here. So C is also okay, but D is not the correct answer because this have two lines over here. So B. Now visual comparison. In this type of question you have to identify which two figures are similar. Okay, so let us discuss about the figures. If you see A is, let's talk about A first. Let's make the projections of it. Okay, there's a difference over here, then it is opposite mirror of this, so B is not the answer. Then if we take the projection of this line, it is in the same phase, but this is also okay, this is also okay. Then in the D, this is also following the same line, it is also have a negative space over here and over here. So C and D are identical. Okay, and now in the figure completion, you have been given a figure. So instead of going to search for the solution, try to make over here. So let's try to complete this figure by joining the lines over here. Right, we have made this, and then we have a line going, then we have a line going over here as well. So we will be making a line over here as well. So let's see which is the correct solution now by looking at this figure. If we see anything identical, that means that is the correct answer. So A, no, this line is not okay, this line was extra, so no. Then B is quite similar. Then talking about C, this line which is diagonally going, this is not what we want, and D is also not what we want, okay, because of these extra lines, and the line should have been going like this because of this figure. We have to just mirror it. So B is the correct answer.
And yes, with that we have completed our second lecture on analytical reasoning. You can ask any queries if you have in the comment section below, and I'll be back with my new video very soon. You know the drill. If you like the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel below. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, please take care and bye.